Hi everybody, I am Stephane Tremblay, President of the SDVoE Alliance, and today we are live at InfoComm 26 in Las Vegas. My guest today is Brent Tremblay, ideally same name. So Brent, IDK has been a long-time member of this SDVoE Alliance, and you have lots of experience with the SDVoE product, but this one is quite unique. Please run us through this demo that you have here.
Yeah, thank you. And yeah, we've been, I think, an SDVoE Alliance member for over 10 years now and been building SDVoE products for quite some time. So what we're showing at the show is our USBNeo products. So we have a couple different solutions that are utilizing SDVoE for video transport and UEX for USB transport. And so what our USBNeo products do specifically and where they're geared for specifically is like a Teams room environment or conference room, boardroom, anywhere where you're connecting to some kind of codec to do video calls. So what our USBNeo products will do is we have a TX and RX pair, and because we're using SDVoE, you can either use it as a point-to-point solution for smaller to mid-size conference rooms, or we can have the ability to connect these to the network and be able to have multiple encoders talk to one receiver and allow you multiple inputs for larger conference rooms, divisible spaces, things like that. So on the TX side or the table location, you'll have a USB-C that will provide up to 75 watts power to charge your laptop or device, and then a HDMI USB-B for those legacy or devices that don't have USB-C. We can auto switch here, so that doesn't require any control system to do the switching. It's really truly a plug and play solution here. On the RX side, the output basically is your content ingest to the Teams compute or any codec or video UC engine that you're using. But you also have local inputs on the receive side as well. So if the customer wants to have a dedicated PC or any other media player or anything, they can have that as a source to feed into their meeting or whatever they're doing. And we can auto switch not only between the ports on the TX, but also ports on the TX and the RX. So again, trying to minimize the cost of the conference room and provide a very plug and play, easy, user-friendly solution here. So we see like we're in a Teams environment. We have the Teams splash page here. So if I go ahead and plug in my laptop using USB-C, we'll see that it'll take a second to sync, and then once we get the hot plug detect, it'll show as content on the screen here. But the one thing that where some of the other conference room solutions kind of struggle is right now we're outside of a call. So technically this PC became the host. And this is great when I want to do BYOM, if I need to do a Zoom call or a WebEx call in a Teams room, and I want to utilize the camera and the audio system that are in the room. But the problem is if I start a call from our touch panel here, other product solutions, this is where it gets tricky because this is the host, when really this needs to be the host. So what we've done is also developed an application that runs on the Windows side of the MTR. So once we start a call, which we'll go ahead and do here, once we get the API command that the Teams compute has entered a call or joined a call, we shift all the peripherals back to the MTR and then we lock the USB. So this way, any device that's connected USB-C or HDMI and USB-B only becomes content only. So it's just sharing that content, and then the peripherals go back to the MTR where they belong. And then as soon as we end the call, or leave the call, everything unlocks, and then it becomes a BYOD state again, and it's ready for its next meeting. So this truly makes a plug and play, very easy to use. User doesn't have to learn any software or anything. It's just plug your laptop in, have your meeting, and go about your day. So
yes,
very easy solution.
And I've heard that your solution, in particular this Neo product, is also more performant than others. So performance in terms of bandwidth of the camera, what's the trick here?
So that's where we've had some really good success with some of our end users, where they were using very specific cameras that were requiring full bandwidth USB 2.0 with 480 megs. So some of the other solutions that are available on the market, they're lower bandwidth 1 gig solutions or HDBaseT. So that's where they kind of bottleneck. Obviously, you only have so much room to send video and USB. So this is where you have USB dropout or the video drops out because something has to give. So that's why when we were developing this product, when we were looking at all the protocols that we could have used for it, SDVoE just made the most sense because it gave us the most flexibility and capability to not have those types of issues and let the customer use any camera that they prefer. So we're not locking them into one vendor for cameras.
Yes.
Yeah.
Super cool product, Brent.
Yeah,
How
very
can we learn more about this?
Yeah, so we're here at the show as well in the central hall, not too far from the SDVoE booth. 5619 is our booth number. But you can also visit our website, www.idkav.com, and we have lots of information there. And you can reach out for pricing and demo, all that stuff. So.
All right, thank you so much,
Yes,
Brent.
thank you, Stephane.